Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Book Roundup. We've made it for this week's X-Men books. Now let's keep on trucking with this week's Spider-Man books and, well, Venom as well. Moving, so starting things off, we've got Spectacular Spider-Man number 6. Where we left off, the money behind Arcade and Mentallo's Arcadium had stepped into the Arcadium to deal with Spider-Man and Spider-Man. That the money behind it, Hammerhead, and he's got a handful of robot goons with him. With the given the appearance of Hammerhead's various opponents for control of the underworld: Tombstone, Kingpin, Mr. Negative, Silvermane, and Black Cat. However, Raymond Warren had stumbled upon the Arcadium while also he was being investigated for an string of disappearances. And so, Raymond is having a conversation with the Arcadium. Figuring out how it exactly works. And while Spider-Man are face to face with Hammerhead and his Robo-Goons. With Arcade opting to increase the hardline integrity shields on all the robots under Hammerhead's command, so that they're harder that they will go down won't go down as easy as the others. Peter smiles to take care of Black Cat. They've got history, but meanwhile, the investigation continues for those missing. And, well, it's led to the Arcadium. But Hammerhead is basically standing back and watching his Robo-Goons take on, well, Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Though Peter points out that he couldn't help but notice that Madame Mask was not among them, which makes Hammerhead a bit uneasy. And he wades into the fray, and it turns out that the Arcadium technology is an amalgamation of code from Stark International, Beyond Corporation, Oscorp, Baxter Building, Roxxon, AIM, Hydra, and the Xavier School Danger Room. And Raymond Warren is revealed to actually be Miles Warren, the Jackal. But Miles and Peter switch up their strategy. Basically, go one of the with the two of them one at a time, and are able to use the energy blast capabilities of the robots to go take out some of them, as well as um, using the Kingpin robot's girth to smash Black Cat. And so Arcade and Metallo decide for on Contingency Z, which is going to basically wipe the entire um, the Arcadium's code. But the Jackal proposes a partnership with the Arcadium, and basically it seems that he's, of course, up to his old tricks, cloning. Yeah, but the Arcadium is intrigued, and just as it gets down to Hammerhead and the robot of Tombstone, the Arcadium creates an avatar for itself, which seems to be comprised of various creature types. This seems to be what appears to be a glass or maybe even visible leg. An animal arm, a robot arm. It's largely just a robot, though, and, well, yeah. That is where the issue ends. With the Arcadium calling itself Knave, or the Knave. Naive. Or Knaive. Presumably the acronym will be explained in the next issue. Fun issue, fun book. So, moving on though to our next book, we've got Spider-Man: Black Suit and Blood, #1. This is much like the Black, White, and Red miniseries, an anthology book. This is in keeping with the how most of the previous anthology books have gone. Each one is a self-contained story. So first off, we've got Losing Face. A guy that basically would trade information, sell information to Spidey, has died. And at the bar with no name, he's having a funeral, and his funeral is at the bar with no name. Some of his buddies are there, as well as Spider-Man. And apparently, years ago, Spider-Man walked in on him attempting to rob a bar. Just booze, not cash. Helped him sober up and get help, get clean. Maybe even get to see his kid again. And but he double-crossed a mob boss with Spider-Man, basically saying, "Hey, there's using a coded ad in the Bugle Personals to let him know about a plan or about something that's going to happen." It's basically supposed to be the what he says to Spider-Man is, "Oh yeah, it's a child trafficking gig. It's a child trafficking group. It was a trap for Spidey, but the trap was, like I said, it was double cross. The boss gets knocked out by Joe. Joe decides to lay low for a while, but no, for a while. But he had a heart attack and well, he died. But Spidey goes to visit his kid and tells him that his dad was actually something of a hero. Next up, we've got Inside the House. MJ, shortly after Peter told MJ about him being Spider-Man and got the black costume, she's reading she's rehearsing a monologue, and she feels there's something in the house. And Peter doesn't seem right recently, and the mouse rushes out, and it kind of feels like maybe MJ was also under the black suit's influence briefly. Then we've got Dysmorphia, which is basically Peter fighting off the symbiote mentally. And finally, fade to black. It's Halloween. MJ and Peter's supposed to go to a party. Peter goes home to change, but turns out Halloween is the anniversary of when he discovered the black suit, when he found the black suit. And basically what would be referred to as what would be at this point known as the codex of the black suit within Peter talks to him, and says, "Hey, we're always here. You know, you can just give in, and hey, we'll even let you be fully in control. You're behind the wheel." But Peter says no, and he basically dispels its form, and the story ends with Peter and MJ dancing. That is also where the issue ends. Interesting book. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the stories. Surprised about it being 4 stories, but not complaining. Moving on, though, to our last book for the moment, we've got Venom War, #1. So, what has happened in Venom? Well, Dylan Brock has been trying to get back his father. After Carnage killed Dylan, was brought before the eventuality, and the Venom symbiote left with Dylan because, well, Dylan was dead. The Venom symbiote has decided to hide out in a place that kind of feels safe. Peter Parker's apartment. Meanwhile, most of the various versions of Eddie in Meridius's garden have banded together and defeated Meridius. But they also have to figure out basically they're trying to figure everything out, and yeah. So the issue begins at Grand Garden Arena in New York City. there's a unlimited class wrestling federation tournament. It's pay-per-view. Um, it all it starts as a the usual wrestling type thing. The first wrestlers to go in the ring together, they kind of say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." However, the Eddie Brocks show up. Eddie himself, Wild, Tyro, and Bedlam. And one guy says he's a symbiote, which he says, "Oh well, come here. Let's see how much of a symbiote you are." Then he delivers a message to everyone. All he wants are his son and his other. Then we get a flashback about the life of the Venom symbiote. He was his first host was a Kree by the name of Telkar. They were soldiers in a war, presumably the Kree-Skrull War, and Telkar was not a true host. He controlled the symbiote and damaged him, and forced him to do bad things, and he doesn't remember those things, and doesn't want to remember them. Then along came Spider-Man. And, well, Spider-Man rejected him. Venom found Eddie. But there were other hosts after Eddie, or between stints with Eddie. There was Anne. The symbiote helped Anne kill, and it killed her. With Angelo Fortunato, who wanted to be a soldier for the Mafia. Matt Gargan, a soldier in a war on heroes. Flash Thompson, who taught the symbiote what a soldier could be, and fought in the wars of the Space Knights with Venom. Lee Price, another soldier who Venom destroyed, as he destroyed Flash and Mac and Angelo and Anne and Eddie and Dylan. But Peter sees is watching the Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation pay-per-view, and he suits up because of Eddie. But he grabs the black suit, which says, "Hey, whoa, don't freak out. Let me talk." Dylan, beneath the city streets, is thinking back on his encounter with the eventuality, talking with his future self. And old man Dylan's got trying to kill the future, and he sometimes can't do it alone, and he's going to need the help of his younger self. We find out, however, that he hasn't told any of his basic Team Dylan counterparts or compatriots about future Eddie, or future Dylan. And when Toxin shows up, tell him about what's happened at the wrestling match. And Normie Osborn, Toxin, Sleeper, and Flexo watched how things pan out. A bunch of mercenaries have been called in, namely Solo and Paladin. Both are rather a bit injured. Alchemax, Carlton Drake, who has kind of weaseled his way onto the board, presents a consultant to Life Foundation about how to deal with the Brock problem. Mr. Meridius, who has a sample of chemical K44. He's improved upon the original formula, added his own secret ingredient, as it were, to make it an ultimate weapon in the battle between human and symbiote. Meridius states that what's in the vial he has will win the Venom War. But Peter and the symbiote are still talking, and Peter's going to suit up with the symbiote. Then at the wrestling at the garden, Dylan and his cohorts show up. And Dylan informs Eddie that he doesn't have the symbiote anymore. Also, that Dylan knows everything that Eddie did with the symbiote, all the people he killed. And he thinks it's kind of telling that Eddie's back and from his midlife crisis, and the first thing he does is ask for the thing that he killed people with. Eddie is visibly shaken by this, and then Spider-Man arrives, wearing the Venom symbiote. And that is where the issue ends. This is going to be interesting. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.